Hello, happy holidays, and welcome to ILTV's Israel Daily. I'm Aaron Porras, and coming up in today's newscast, Prime Minister Naftali Bennett promising freedom for religious expression, but not at the expense of security. Some 2,500 police entering the Old City to prevent further crisis amidst the rising Palestinian incitement. Meantime, at the request of Muslim clerics, Islamist Coalition Party Ra'am freezing ties with its partners over the clashes at the Temple Mount. Can the government remain intact? And finally, Moscow increasing its pressures on Jerusalem, including demands for an expedited land grab. This in efforts to divert attention and punish Israel for taking sides against the invasion of Ukraine. Another display of violence rocking the Old City, Jerusalem on Sunday. Bands of masked Palestinian youths filmed terrorizing non-Muslim visitors to the city's holy sites and causing major damages and injuries amidst the clashes. ILTV's Asaf Nissan reporting.
Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett holding emergency meetings Sunday evening and calling for all religious freedoms to be strictly maintained, particularly in the Old City, Jerusalem, but not at the expense of security. Bennett and other security authorities saying security forces will have a free hand to calm the situation on the one hand and to thwart any attempt of violence on the other, including acting against those responsible for spreading fake news and edited videos that allegedly show violent acts against Muslim worshippers for the purposes of incitement to violence. And to that end, some 2,500 police deployed into the Old City Monday morning, particularly ahead of the biannual Birkat Kohanim, or priestly blessing ceremony held at the Western Wall or the Kotel. Likewise, the ceremony split into 2 days, between Monday and Wednesday, to reduce the number of Jewish visitors for security purposes. All this as assault and incitements to terror exponentially rising again over the weekend and to this week. Cops entering the Temple Mount complex to prevent riots and clashes around the Al-Aqsa Mosque. This as Palestinian youths throwing rocks from the Temple Mount to the Western Wall below, where Jewish worshippers had gathered for daily prayer. Further, hundreds of Palestinians sought to block non-Muslim visits to the site, which is believed to be also the location of the ancient Jewish temples and the holiest place to Judaism. And in the ensuing clashes, which are instigated by terror groups like Hamas, the Islamic Jihad, and as well as the Palestinian Authority, over a dozen injured and even more arrested. Then not just attacking those en route to the Temple Mount, Palestinians filming themselves attacking Jews in general throughout the Old City. For example, police arresting 6 after some 24 Palestinians lying in wait with heavy stones, iron bars, and makeshift barricades, attacking at least 10 public buses in just 2 hours' time. The buses ferrying people towards the Western Wall, and the bus windows smashed as stones cascaded upon them and injured several passengers, including a 13-year-old girl. Then elsewhere, Sunday morning, security camera footage showing 3 ultra-Orthodox Jews walking towards the Western Wall as they were attacked by a group of Palestinians who threw large objects at them and punched and kicked them before fleeing the scene. Eyewitnesses reporting that at least 20 people were involved in the attack, 2 of whom were later arrested, and Palestinian social media posting the video with music that praises and calls for further violence.
So what's the underlying cause behind the clashes in Jerusalem? Well, some say Israeli aggression on the Temple Mount, others the occupation. But despite the varying accounts, Israeli attorney, journalist, and author of Industry of Lies, Bent-Or Yamini, pointing to a much simpler source. Joining me to discuss is Bent-Or Yamini. Bent-Or, it's great to have you. Now, not to ruin the surprise, but you say that the cause is simple anti-Semitism. Can you expand, though?
No, not only anti-Semitism. It's mainly incitement. I mean, people are not. It's nobody is coming to the world and is with built-in anti-Semitism. It's not the case. The case is that if you check the textbooks of the education system in the Palestinian territories, the new textbooks are even worse. I mean, some parts are totally anti-Semitic, like Jews control the world and that kind of stuff. I mean, so many people, unfortunately, are saying occupation, occupation, occupation. But just let's pay attention to something which is happening 5 hours flight from here.
To watch full episodes of ILTV's Israel Daily and tons of other content from Israel, visit our website at iltv.tv or download the ILTV Plus app.